But I'm working on putting clear coat on this table. I'll try to check comments here. Yeah, get the table wrapped up. So figured I'd go live while I finish this. Just went and got myself a fresh haircut this morning. Me and Jacob did. Got some nice, really cool barber shop not far from us. This guy's doing an awesome job. But I'm putting a little bit of Minwax polyurethane down on this custom table. I shouldn't say custom table. I didn't build this table. Customer brought me this table, asked me to redo the top. Had some pretty nasty scratches in it. So, working on that. Well, got that all sanded out. And then we had to mess around with some different stains and colors and things to try and get this table, the top, back to the color that it was. That was a lot of fun. But this is going to be a full project from this point forward. I'll probably end up repeating myself once people jump on live, but I've got to do some designs on the skirting of the table, which is the piece that hangs down. And we're going to do this diamond pattern design and trim them out with hickory sticks. On top of that, we're going to swap out the legs for some hickory log legs. Right now it's got birch logs, which they look nice, but they don't really match the things in the customer's home and the chairs they have and those sort of things. So we're going to swap those out. Those are currently being kiln dried in Tennessee. So I'm getting hickory logs from Tennessee. They're being kiln dried, then they'll be shipped here to New York, and then we'll make some legs. That's also where I'm getting the sticks, because we're going to do a diamond pattern around the skirting. Then we're going to use hickory sticks to kind of trim them out and just really kind of trick the table out, I guess, if you will. Making moves though. Hopefully we'll be able to do some YouTube stuff more often here in the not so distant future. It's raining out. I had hoped to carve today, but those things just don't always happen. I gotta go over and help my buddy Barry. Barry I've talked about on here before. We did a fundraiser thing for him a while back. Gotta help him go move a motor he's got in a little while. But I gotta get this on here first so this can dry, because this will take a few hours to dry. Then we'll have to scuff it up and maybe do one more coat. This customer doesn't like super glossy finishes, so I'm actually putting a satin polyurethane down. I know it looks really shiny, but that's only because it's wet. Once this dries, it'll have a little bit more of a natural tone to the wood. This kind of finish works really good for furniture products and things that are going to be inside. This is definitely not an exterior finish for those of you that are carvers and you're watching. So there's two different types that Minwax makes, and this is like a quick drying polyurethane, and then they make the Helmsman Minwax, the Helmsman one. That's an exterior polyurethane. The Helmsman is the one we put on the carvings outside, and the fast drying poly is the one we put on furniture. If you guys are there, if you want to leave a comment or a question, I will check those in just a minute. I just kind of got to keep flowing with this. I'm not going to be on super long. Like I said, I kind of just got to get this table done. I got the wood stove going, and kind of get this coat on here so I can go help Barry out, but wasn't able to get a video together this week. I mean, I did do a tutorial on carving like a bear and a stump. Like very basic, very simple beginner carving. I know a lot of you guys like that. We have a lot of new carvers looking for different ideas and techniques. The only problem was it came out horrible. The carving came out like crap, and I didn't want to. I videoed it. I did everything, really. Everything except fully complete the bear, because after I blocked it and started doing the detail work, I was like, no, I'm not turning this into a video because I'm not happy with it. And I'm just not happy with it, so I just couldn't put that out. I mean, I do want to give you guys good content. I don't want to just put a video out just to say, okay, it's Saturday, I gotta have a video out there. And like I said, right now I'm working on some big things here with the business, and we've got some big projects coming down the line, which we'll definitely have videos for. I want to make sure I'm putting out quality stuff, and if it's not going to be a quality video, I'm just not sure I want to, you know, put the hours into editing and things, especially if the piece just, I don't know, just doesn't look that great to me. It's kind of hard to say, hey, this is how you carve this piece, and it just doesn't look that great. Those things happen though. But that's the way it goes. Sometimes you're strapped for time and you're rushing through, trying to create a video, trying to create a piece, and you know what? That was kind of it. I was hurrying through the video the other day. I had like an hour and a half to try and create a tutorial for you guys, try to shoot a video, try to carve and set up, and it just, you know, I ran out of time, and I was rushing through it, and that's just not quality content. So I figure jumping on, going live is better content than giving you guys a video that I'm just not happy with. I know this isn't super exciting, I mean, but this really makes this table pop. So this tabletop we had thought was oak, but once we started sanding it, we realized that the color was not the natural wood color. We realized that the top to this table is hickory. So I had to kind of use like this old oak stain to get it back to like the reddish oak color that you guys kind of see. It's like an amber gold sort of color. Lots of trying different stains, lots of messing around with different finishes. I will say trying to match a color, match an existing color or a color you removed is tricky sometimes. And yeah, it's expensive really quick. I mean, wood finishes, wood stains and all that, yeah, you might spend $15, $16, you know, a color or a finish. Then when you buy, you know, 6, 8, 10 different ones to try and figure it out, adds up super quick. At least I'll be able to use a bunch of those and use them in other projects and future things, which isn't a big deal. That'll work out well, you know. But in the scheme of things, as far as charging the customer, I won't charge the customer for all the colors that I had to purchase to match it. I won't charge them for all the different, you know, all that, because that's on me, you know, trying to figure it out. I can take that hit and accept that for what it is. I know most people would pass that on, but I'm not comfortable doing that, so I won't. What I will do though is they'll, you know, in their bill they'll pay for one color and one finish, kind of like that was the plan anyway, you know. Got to make sure I don't have all these crazy runs and drips down the sides, which can be super fun to fix when it happens. The shop is tight today, tight. We got stuff all over the place in here. Ay. This table is legit an 8-foot table. So this thing just takes up space. I gotta try to get this thing done though. I mean, we're waiting on the hickory. Hickory's coming from Tennessee, I was saying earlier. So I'm waiting on that hickory to come in. It's got to get kiln dried, then they got to ship it and all kinds of fun stuff. But once that gets in, I got to be ready to put the design up on the screen, get all the sticks on. We got to get this thing delivered before we start getting like a bunch of snow. Because this great big beautiful table is going to a camp in the Adirondacks. And it's not accessible once the snow flies. So once there's snow getting on the ground, if we get any sort of accumulation, I won't be able to deliver this, and I cannot have this in my shop all winter. That won't work, you know. We're really pushing our time frame on this piece, but sometimes it's just the way it goes. A little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure sometimes brings out the best in a piece. And this piece has been a stressful piece, I'll be honest. Sounds simple, just refinish the top, but man, I don't know, I had a brain fart and decided I was just gonna try to repair the scratches in it which is like spot repairing, and that is just nearly impossible. So I enlisted a little bit of help from a friend, a neighbor who has been woodworking many years longer than myself. Trying to help me do some color matching. He said, man, I gotta tell you what I think you already know. We gotta strip that whole top off, and then you're gonna have to, you know, try to figure out what that color is and go from there. So that was kind of it. That was kind of the deal. That's kind of what we had to do. He actually went and got his sanders, gave me a hand. Didn't want anything in return, but you know, he lives right over here, so I help him move some things once in a while, and I'll help him with a future project if he needs something. One hand will wash the other, you know, in return, which is awesome. It's nice to, you know, have somebody be like, let me get my sanders, I'm gonna help you, let's knock this thing out, man. So that was cool. That's always a plus. Adrian Stefan, what's going on, man? So I'll show you guys the diamonds. This will be like a diamond pattern where every chair will be. So you'll have 3 chairs per side and a captain's chair. So we'll be able to fit 8 people at this table. And what the pattern will be is a little diamond, a big diamond, and a little diamond again, right? So these will be knocked in front of like each seat, but down underneath the skirting that hangs below. So this pattern will be like, you know, above your lap, and then we'll run sticks in between all these and sort of block it in or box it in with hickory sticks. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Let me unplug this and I'll bring you guys over. Hopefully the volume stayed on. If I flip this around, you guys can, come on. There we go. You guys get a better look. Like I said, super glossy right now, real heavy, but that will tone down to a satin finish once it's dry. And like right here, like this looks like oak, but it's hickory. It's kind of crazy. Tell you what, these big tables, my gosh, it's just a challenge. It's a challenge. But these are the legs. These are going to come off, and we'll have hickory legs with bark. This is the skirting, this piece here. This is where like we'll have that 3-piece diamond set, and we'll have sticks outlining it. I'll probably go live when I get into that part so you guys can kind of see. I don't know what the rest of this weekend or this week's going to entail. I'm going to try to get a video together, but it's tough because like I've got orders, I've got my day job, I've got so many different things going on, you know, plus the family life. So I'm trying to get so many things together. Also working on getting some more insulation in the shop. It's going to be a cold winter, so just I got to finish this, get a piece of plywood up here, but I just built this door out and boom. Just insulated this piece, which is still loose in there, but I got to get a piece of plywood, get that screwed on. But it is raining now, so that's fun. It's a real damper on the day. But yeah, I mean, shop's a hot mess like usual. I really do got to get it cleaned up though. I've been super busy, just go, and I really haven't had any time to work out here on organizing and those sort of things that I normally do in the fall. So when winter comes, the shop's clean until spring, and then by then it's cluttered hot mess for the summer. So I'm pretty excited though. I did pick up a new tool the other day. I picked up a brand new, all right, hold on, you gotta look at my ugly mug. Give me a second. What's going on, Glowing Jacks? Thanks for stopping by, man. I just picked up this new DW735 DeWalt planer. Gonna upgrade the Porter cable that I have. So I was pretty excited about that. Been saving up, had some good sales. So really pumped about getting that thing set up in the shop. It's gonna be over in that mess somewhere. I don't know. I need to really build a bench. So we got to get all this crap out at some point. I got to build a bench, and I want to get this thing fixed over there. But somehow I want this to be on a bench that can either go down underneath or pull out and flip up to use when I want to use this, so it doesn't always stay on the bench, and that bench can be used for assembly or other things. If you can't envision it because of the mess, you can't envision it, but I know what I want to do over there. The other thing is I got a big thickness sander back in the corner. And I want that mounted to the bench too, with the same sort of concept where I could grab it and flip it underneath and then have a smooth work surface and be able to flip it out. So I'm not sure yet. I still got to work on designing that. And once I get that design together, then it'll be like a, you know, crazy day of getting all that stuff out of there. Basically all just things that make their way in the shop when I'm designing all kinds of projects for people and customers and pulling things out so they can see and they can choose items. And it becomes super, super cluttered really, really quick. Cause I mean, my shop, which was a garage, is only 20 by 20. And I mean, the only storage I really have is out here under a carport where I got tons of wood stacked and stickered, but I need a bigger shop. But I also don't want the overhead of a bigger shop. You know, those things get pricey. So we'll see, you know, if the business really picks up, and who knows, maybe we'll buy a property or lease or something in the future, but I don't know when. Right now it's be save time, you know, save and make moves in the future. But yep, that table, look at that. Ooh, it's coming out pretty nice. I like it. Looking good. Looking good. Hey Shane, what's going on? Building overhang on the side. Oh, on the side of the shop there, Glowing Jacks? That's what I got out here, man. I can only build that on one side, and I already got it set up. It's raining. It's raining. Tarps all over, getting crap ready for the winter, but that's what this is. Got a big 14-foot overhang right out here. Let's see. And when I say I can't do anything else in it, that's why. This is why. It is packed to the gills with materials. I mean, I barely fit my mower and snowblower under there. So like we got black walnut. Yeah, we got black walnut stacked. There's cherry, there's butternut. I got some Texas pecan in here from a show I went to. These guys had it, so I bought it. We got cherry burl slabs. We got slabs under there. There's big, beautiful apple slabs underneath. We got all this nice birch bark for future projects. And I mean, look at all the sticks, just sticks, right? We got beaver chews, we got birch, we got maple, cedar. I mean, when I tell you guys I do some furniture, I get tons of supplies and then I hope to make stuff. So I do build though, I really do. So we got walnut slabs, but underneath this corner pile is just stacked and stickered maple that I've had for a few years. So that's all air dried. These are beautiful cherry burl slabs, big long, you know, a whole tree with 2 burls. I shouldn't say whole tree, probably like 6-foot long chunk log with 2 big burls that we had slabbed up. Let's see if we can stay under the tent here. A couple big burls right here. Here's a piece of that butternut so a customer could look at it. I mean, there's a lot going on. That's all cherry. Then on top of that, we got the carving tent. And we got all these cookie slices. And, you know, where you guys see me carve a lot and all kinds of things in there. Got more stuff. These are cut so I could put them on the lathe and turn them into bowls. It's just crazy. I just picked up, that's catalpa. That'll be nice to carve. We just got these sticks the other day. I was told this is fire cherry. So these are cut in the summer, so the bark's probably gonna come off. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta tie them together and probably hang them in the carport or hang them in the shop, and they'll dry this winter, and we'll see if the bark falls off. On top of that, where I got that fire cherry is where I carve in the new carving yard. If you guys followed and seen that spot. This winter, we might be cutting some more fire cherry in the dead of winter. Maybe I'll do a video, but we'll cut that fire cherry in the dead of winter. And what happens is the bark gets what they call hammered on. And in the winter, all the sap runs to the bottom of the tree, and it'll suck the bark to the log, and it no longer, you know, falls off once the piece dries. So that same concept works for carvers too. So like if you want to carve something and you want the bark to stay on, the wood you're going to carve has to be cut in the coldest months of the winter, teens and 20s or sub-zero. 30s and 40s don't cut it. There's still sap between the bark and that cadmium layer, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Between the bark and the wood itself, it's a cadmium layer or something like that. And that's where the sap flows. So it lifts the bark off. But once the sap's gone in the winter and it drains to the roots of the tree to stay as nutrients for the cold winter, the bark closes that gap and it stays sucked on. So if you cut it then and you dry it from there, the bark doesn't come off. You actually have to use like a hammer and chisel usually to get it off. Hence the, you know, that bark is hammered on. But yep. Gotta try to finish that door later. I have another door, believe it or not, in that corner, big wide door. We gotta try to get that insulated. But yeah, this is my day, guys. Yeah, no problem, man. Yep. And, you know, everybody always says, how do I prevent cracks in my logs? You don't. You sell it with a crack guarantee and don't get hung up over the fact that your carving is going to crack. Especially if you're carving out of a piece that's a perfect round, like we normally do. Right? So it's a perfect round log. And we carve. Normally they're bigger than this. You guys know what I'm trying to say, though. And what's going to happen, let me spin this. So you carve out of a log, right? It's round. Doesn't matter what the size is. This is like, you know, hand size. And this piece is dried slow, so I haven't had it. This piece is several years old, and it's maple, so it dries different than the pine. The pine tends to pop, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, if you got green wood, you guys carve it all up. It's going to crack from the center out. If it dries super fast, you might have a lot of little checking like this. If it dries slow over time, you may get one big crack. It's a small carving, you can do a relief cut from the back to the center down, or you leave it, you let it crack, you tell them it's going to crack, you sell it as is. For me, custom orders, people paying over a certain amount, or people that are legit placing a custom order that's going to be a few $100s, I tell them, after a year or two, contact me. You're going to probably have cracks. If you want them repaired, it's on me. You just got to get the carving to me, and you got to pick it back up. So that's part of my guarantee, you know. It's going to crack. When it does, let's make sure it dries out for a good year or two. Let's see where we're at. And then, you know, get it to me. I'll fix it. You pick it back up. And that's that. No worries. So, and anything after that, obviously it's on them. They'll have to pay for repairs, touch-ups, that sort of stuff. But a little bit of info on your carvings. Now, if you want to try to prevent cracking, you got to get some big logs and quarter them or cut them into thirds. So you'd make a cut and a cut and a cut. So you have 1, 2, 3 pieces, leaving the center, you know what I mean? The center would be gone, so it has nothing to shrink around, creating a crack. You get a little bit of checking, but nothing crazy. Or you just do quarters if the log's big enough. And you have quarter pieces, which means the center of this log becomes the tip of the quarter. And cracking, again, is very, very minimal when you're able to do that. So, all right, guys, I hope that little tidbit of information helps you guys out. For those of you just popping on, hanging out. I got to go, though. I got to hopefully help Barry go move this motor. I'm not sure if we're going to know that it's raining, but we'll see. We'll see what he's doing, see what he's up to. If not, I got to work on this door in the shop. And, yeah, I don't know if we'll have a video this week or weekend. Kind of leaning toward taking a couple weeks off. Maybe even a month off from videos, like trying to post every week. But with that, keeping up on the community section, putting videos in the stories, and putting up short videos, video shorts. So you guys can find the stories, like when you're on my main page, you got my logo, Kyle Hall Woodworker, the circle. Tap that. If I did a story, it shows up there. You guys can also follow me, you know, TikTok. I'm on that clapper thing. I've got some different videos up on those. Instagram, you know, all that kind of stuff too for more of a day-to-day. But I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know if I'm gonna take a little break for like a month and you know, maybe still create. Obviously I got orders and still work on videos, but then have myself, you know, maybe a couple weeks ahead of the game as far as creating videos go. It's getting a little crazy, you know, guys. I've been making videos and doing this stuff for, I don't even know, for a while, for several years, and I've tried to put a video out every weekend, if not a few videos every week. But You know, I've got orders coming in, paying customers, and I've really got to get the stuff together for them. And a lot of times when I do those videos, not everybody is interested. I mean, not everybody's interested in every video anyway, but I don't want to give you guys, you know, just slap together content. I would like to get maybe a couple weeks ahead in creating videos. That way there, you know, when something comes up or times like this hit, at least I've got some content and we can, you know, keep it rolling. But don't get me wrong, the channel's not going anywhere. Just we might have to slow down here for, you know, a few weeks or so and kind of get some things caught up and be able to get back at it. So hope you guys have an awesome weekend though. Hope you guys are having a good day thus far. I am gonna sign off for today. Yeah, have a good one. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. You guys know the deal. Comment in the regular section, ask a question. I'll still be around, guys. I'll still be answering questions. I'll still be helping you guys out when you ask. Still open to carving idea videos and suggestions, whatever you guys need help with. Even if I am taking a break, I still want to chat with you guys. I still want to connect with you guys, all right? So don't think I'm going anywhere. We ain't gone forever. We might just take a little break for a little bit. So hope you guys have a good one. I will see you guys around. Later.